Hello and welcome. Create from within and join to win. That's today's topic. My name is Antonia Daniek and I am all about supporting you to bring your vision to life. And the first piece is about connection with yourself. And that's how creating from within starts, in my opinion. So today's talk is about 5 different aspects of creation, of creating from within, and co-creating in the outside, which is join to win. Because together we are more, together we can achieve more, and I deeply believe in the power of togetherness and co-creation. So that's the second part. And the first one is to connect within. If we want to create from within, and if we want to create really something that we are passionate about, if you want to bring your vision to life, it's essential that you start within your heart. It's about connecting to your heart. It's about connecting with your passion and with your deepest truth. It's really about setting your inner compass. Like putting in the GPS where you want to go. And not where your brain wants to go, but where your heart wants to go. Where is your calling? Listen to the whispers. Listen to what are you called to do. And that's a process that takes time. I believe it takes silence. It takes time outside of our daily hustle and of our daily routines. So it's very, very precious if you take time for yourself to step out of it and really, really create time purposefully, time where you can connect with yourself. And I know a lot of people who connect with themselves very good in nature. And others love journaling, like really writing from your heart, like what am I about? What is happening? Why I am feeling like I'm feeling? For a lot of people, it's journaling. For some people, it's in meditation. Like they sit and meditate and they ask the question and then they get their answers. For me, for example, it's a lot when I'm outside, when I'm walking with the dog, or when I'm somewhere sitting at a lake. I deeply connect with water. So I would invite you to find out what is your space where you can connect with your heart and where you can connect with your truth. And sometimes it's even when you speak to someone. I see this often when clients talk to me or when I speak to a friend. And then suddenly I feel this inner passion burning and I feel I'm bubbling and I feel my eyes are sparkling. Or when a friend tells me about her new project and it's just like she's on fire. And then I can feel her passion in her voice. I can see the passion in her whole being. And that's the piece that you want to find. And that's the things that set you on fire. That's the things it's good to do more of. Find out what lights your fire and do more of it. Feel your heart is dancing. Feel your soul singing. And then do more of it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is taking inspired action. So once you are inside and once you know where you want to go, you have your compass. Your heart's compass is set to a certain direction, and then you feel this action would be good now. And then it's time to take it. Don't wait for it. Don't wait until your brain has enough reasons not to do it, right? We have a lot of internal mechanisms that want to hold us back and that want to keep us safe. And this inspired action very often is not safe. Very often it's crazy, it's courageous, it's outside of our comfort zone, and in doing so, very often it's outside of the comfort zone of our friends, of our families. I believe that when you start walking your path, creating your projects, walking towards your vision, you will become uncomfortable for some people. That's what usually happens. Because not all your friends and family will be as adventurous maybe as you are, and maybe they don't get it. Maybe they don't get where you're really going. Because you are the only one who has this inner knowing about where you're going, right? You are the only one really connected to your vision. Sometimes it's very hard to put in words where we're heading to. Because very often it's more a feeling. It's a feeling of or inner knowing. For me, it's very often an inner knowing. I know I have to do this now. And I have this paper to show you. It's like when you're inside and you get your insight, then it's time to take action, right? It's inspired action. It's not necessarily from your brain, but it's from where you know that needs to be done. And then at one point, maybe you turn back in. Maybe then it's time to reconnect and to feel and to see, okay, now I wait until I have this next inspiration and then I do this next action. And sometimes, or very often, in my case, these things that I want to do or that I am doing, I'm approaching, are not logical. There are no logical solutions to something. Because very often I approach something or I have this intuition and I move forward and I don't know how in the end it will be like, it will feel like, and I don't know which step number 10 will be. I trust that this step number 1 that I'm feeling now, guided by my heart, by my inner guidance or by my higher guidance, whatever is it for you. Some people are guided from God. Some people are guided from, they have spirit guides. For some it's angels. For some it's the inner intuition. Whatever you feel. When you have this whisper, whoever is calling, like when it's there, follow it. And leave the why, know why you're doing it. Because your heart is calling. And even if you don't know how all the steps will be, trust this feeling and move forward. And then we come to number 3, which is being aware of your role in this interaction. It's like when you move and you are acting, you take a step and then someone else is reacting. And this is interesting because the moment you set an impulse, something else can happen. And to me, it's like building a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And it's the moment you move, something in life can answer, you can meet someone, you will hear something. And this first move can be asking a question or calling someone, writing an article, putting your vision out there, so that people can react. Life can happen to you then. And the universe can answer. I call it dancing with the universe. Yeah? It's the moment you get up off your couch and you put action and intention behind your project, behind your idea. That's the moment that things start to move. Then there is a dance happening. Here we have a saying in Germany, we have a saying, it says, the universe dances with those on the dance floor. Right? The moment we start moving, things can happen. We can hear things. We can talk to different people. We can speak about our vision. Speak about your projects. Tell the world what you're up to. Talk about your values. Talk about your dreams. Because then other people with similar values, they can recognize you. They can say, oh, she's in the same direction like I am. I know someone she needs to talk to. Or I want to create something with her. Something can happen. Magic can happen. And then we're at the space where 2 people meet and where, for example, you initiate something and someone else steps in to support you. And there's one thing about these first moments of co-creation. something I learned from one of my mentors, Peter Koenig. He calls it the source principles. And here, source is with a specific meaning. The meaning he gives it is the source person is the initiator of a new venture. And through being, or in the role of being the source for this person is like the channel for the intuition and for the higher purpose of this project. So this person, this founder person, the initiator, will intuitively know about a lot of things. And especially when you see young startup companies, very often the founder knows intuitively who is the right person to take in. How do we move forward? Where will this take us to? And a second thing that is very unique to this source person initiator is that only this person has 100% access to the big vision. So if you have this vision for something and you start a project, please be aware that maybe not all the people you tell about, like you speak to about your project and about your vision, probably they will not get you. Probably they will not understand 100% of where you're going. And still, speak to them, tell them, share your values, share your ideas, share your vision as good as you can put it into words. Maybe you can tell them how it feels. Give them this energy of your, like an energy imprint of your vision. How does it feel? Where do you want to go and why? Tell them why you want to do this, why you want to go there. And then they get a feeling of if this is aligned with who they are, and if they feel like, oh, I want to go with you. I'm in. I want to be a program manager in your company. I would love to organize this event within your field. So the second person that steps in to support your vision, Peter calls a subsource. So it's a person within your field that comes in to live her calling within your vision field, within the energy field of your vision, within your company, within your passion project. And all the examples I give here, you can translate them to a company, to a business project, or I call it passion project. And a passion project is really something you're passionate about, and it can be organizing a choir, it can be organizing a big celebration, it can be building a house, whatever it is. They all have the same principles. It's always one person it's always one person that takes the first risk. It's always one person that takes the first risk and that initiates this new venture. And that's the person that is the source initiator. The one connected to the vision and the one connected to this intuitive knowing about where this project will go to. Okay, so you have the source person, you have maybe a subsource or several subsources, people, and then you have other people in the company or in the project which are simply doing a job. They earn their money there. For them, it's not a passion project. For them, it's simply earning their money, and that's perfectly fine, as long as they don't hope that this job is a passion for them. So the moment they let go of the perception or the wish that this job fulfills all their dreams, the moment they let this go, they will be happy because it's the place where they earn their money, and then they can do something else somewhere else as a passion project. Okay, so it's not bad to do a job. We all need people in our companies that do jobs. So it's not for everyone. It's not the calling to work in your company. Some of them simply do a job, and that's perfectly fine. And to make their heart happy, it's very good to have something at the side. Start their own little company or have a passion project besides where they earn the money to make their heart happy. Because I deeply believe we all have a passion for something, and if we suppress it and if we say it's not possible, we are suppressing a big part of our life. So I invite you to look into your projects and see in which project are you the source? Like, which are the projects you initiated? Which are the projects where you consciously support someone else in bringing their vision to life? And in which projects do you just do a job? And if you have this sorted, these 3 versions, it's already very, very, very precious for you if you take decisions on realigning with your passion, realigning with your purpose. Because I dare to guess that the ones that you initiate are closer to your heart. Very often they are. And the moment you initiate a project and you have this inspiration for this project and you are the source of this project, it's an energy field that clings to you. And it's also a responsibility. So if you're a person that loves to start a lot of projects, be aware that it's like energy threads. They all are connected with your energy, and you're feeding them all. So if you feel overwhelmed with what you're doing, and if you feel overwhelmed by the many projects you're part of, if you initiated them or not, I invite you to take a time out, step out of it. Like I said in the beginning, take time out of the daily hustle and feel into the different projects and really observe which are those that feed you energy, which are those you're really passionate about, and which are maybe projects that drain your energy. And there, have a closer look. If it's a project you sourced, you initiated, and it drains your energy, look into it and see, why did I initiate it? Is it still aligned with where I'm going? Are the people working with me in this project? Are they aligned with where I'm going? Look at the different levels. Like, how is it for you? How is it with the people that you're working with? How is the topic of the project? And then really be honest with yourself. And there are different versions, different options. Like, you can quit a project, like you can let it die and say, okay, it's not aligned anymore to where I'm going and it drains my energy. It's too many things here. I let it go. And you let it die. A second version is that you find someone you can transfer the project to. And you can even give this role of a source to someone else. If this person to 100% wants to take the role and you're 100% sure and feel it inside, you can pass it on, then this can happen. And then this other person has this connection and has the role, and you can let go, and then the energy cords are no longer there. And then it doesn't drain your energy, because then you're free from this project. Okay, so I really invite you to look into your different projects and have an honest talk with yourself. I can only tell you, I did this the evening after I heard about source and subsource the first time. It was a one-day training. And in the evening, I was sitting 3 hours with a good friend, and we mapped out all our projects both of us were part of. Like, she did hers and I did mine. And it was amazing, because I realized for myself that I was part of so many projects where I was a subsource. And many of them were not truly aligned with where I want to go. So that was a very relieving, revealing night. And the week after, it continued, because then I really went deep into myself and really had a good pep talk with myself to find out if I want to stay part of this project or not. And the nice thing with projects where you are not the source of is you can step out a lot easier than ones that you initiated. Okay? Because there's someone else initiated that project, and you can simply talk to the people and see when is a good moment to step out of it. Is there a person in the field, in the company, that you can transfer your jobs to, and then you can leave. And it's the responsibility of the owner and founder of this company to deal with it. If it's a project you initiated, there's some more work to do for you. Okay, so that's number 4. It's really be aware of the role you play in the different projects. I can only say, for me, this was also when I look into other companies, this is something that changed my whole perception of business development, of business growth, of startup companies, of people who are involved in a lot of different projects. I call it putting on the source glasses. I'm not always walking around with them, but they help if I want to analyze the different roles and the different levels that are playing out in a company, in a non-profit organization, in a personal life, in my client's life. And for example, when you have community projects, it's also very interesting, because then they say, we founded this, we do this, we do that. And then you start asking the questions, and you say, okay, who initiated it? What is the vision? And sometimes they on purpose, I say, try to figure out what the vision is. But the moment they find the one person that initiated the whole program, or the whole project, or the community village, or whatever it is, the moment you find this one person, so many things get clear and easy. Very easy. Because suddenly you have someone who can tune in and really see, okay, what are we about to do? Where are we going? And then they can step into their role of initiator and source. And sure, it still is a community project and everything. There are a lot of amazing subsources. And it's not about creating a hierarchy or something. It's like an energetic, like a family constellation system. It's simply the constellation of the project. It's an energetic field that appears when you put the intention in and you create something. It's like the first spark of creation. It comes from somewhere. And in our human 3D world, it usually comes from a person. Even if this person is inspired by a higher, for example, by a Like sometimes people really receive a vision like a lightning bolt, like a flash of pictures, of emotions. For example, in a meditation or when they're out in nature, suddenly they have this download. I get goosebumps. So it's like suddenly they have this, and it's not made in their human brain. Usually it's beyond what they can think of possible, right? That's what we usually call a vision. and I believe that a source person or an initiator always has a connection to some universal, higher, unified field of what is good for all people. And it's nothing like a big vision for project. It's nothing that my brain can make up, because it's beyond anything that I imagine possible at the moment from where I am now. But the moment I follow the whispers and I take this inspired action, I go inside and I go outside and I take this action and I take the next action and I take the next action and I listen. I listen to the whispers. Then magic can unfold, and then people come together, and like this listening is the first piece of co-creation. It's co-creating with the higher realms, co-creating with my inner wisdom, co-creating with the field of people around me. And so now we are clear of the one action we want to take, then we do it. And then sometimes we are in the cycle of, okay, where do I need to go now? And then we come to number 5, which is join to win, which is really about starting to co-create with others. And the word I use for number 5 is ask. Ask people you feel drawn to if they want to co-create something with you. Tell them about your vision. Go into interrelation with them and really see where it leads to. And I always suggest to start these conversations without expectations, so that you can truly meet on a human level and be open and honest with each other, your hopes, your dreams, share your vision, share your values, and then you both can see if there is a common ground where the seeds can be planted and where something can grow. Yeah, that's one piece of the ask. Another piece of the ask is an internal one. Again, as we are back to number 1 with our heart compass, it's really about connecting inside and above. And whatever your belief system is, whatever you believe in a higher power, that's the moment where you can ask them in, where you can ask your guides, where you can ask to support system outside of you. You can ask them to be with you together. And you can do this in a meditation, visualization. You can really be there, imagine you're there with them, sitting in a circle, standing, wherever this special place is for you. For some people it's at the beach, for some people it's somewhere sitting in a cave together, like around a fire. For others it's in the forest. I don't know where it is for you. I invite you to find it out. And then when you're there, go in meditation, ask the question, connect it, starting with your heart compass GPS. Ask, in order to find my next step towards creating this project, what do I need to know? First one, know. How do I need to be? And what do I need to do? And then start writing. For some people, it's they hear something. For some people, it's they suddenly know the answer. And sometimes nothing happens. And if nothing happens, I invite you to take the question with you during the day. Take maybe one question with you when you go for a walk. Just hold it in your heart and wait until answers come. Because I believe it's not something we can switch on. It's not like the intuition, like click, our answer's there. So I encourage you to be patient. Don't force it and don't pull it, right? It's like the grass doesn't grow faster if you pull. Insight and growth and development takes time, and it takes your openness. Like open the space, hold the space for insights to come, for receiving whatever is needed to be received. The whispers, knowledge, support. Be open to receive, and then be aware, be attentive, and when insights come that lead you to act, act. And to finish this off, I have created another. I love to draw by hand. I'm an artist. So here's the number 1. Connect and align. It's the heart compass. Number 2, take inspired action, like inside and outer action. Then dance. That's the dance with the universe. Take action and see what happens. This one is be aware of, like this is the field of the project. Be aware of if you're the source or if you are the one initiating it. Are you orange, the subsource, or are you doing a job? Okay? And the last one is ask. Ask others so that togetherness and co-creation can happen. And ask yourself, what do I need to know? How do I need to be? And what can I do? I deeply hope that this helps you to walk your vision and to bring your vision to life. My name is Antonia Daniek, and I look forward to seeing your path unfold. I wish you an amazing day, all the best for you, and goodbye.